Okay, so these are normal 2x4 nets. I cut this out from my Swiss lace. I cut excess so that I'll have enough space to pin down to secure my pins. So here is measuring 2 inches by 4 inches. I hope you understand that. So this place I marked out here, I'll ventilate it down. Then here is our pattern, and this I will ventilate it vertically. Slant like this. Then this front, I'm going to ventilate it slant too, but the strands are going to be fewer because I want to have a natural hairline here. So that's it for the line pattern. I hope you understand all of this. If you don't, kindly drop your question. I will attend to it. So let's go to the ventilating proper. Okay, so I'm just going to be inserting my pin into my brass holder now and show you how to ventilate proper. You can either hold it like this or like that. Get your attachment or the hair you are using, you fold it into two, and then voila, you start ventilating. Just watch closely and see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's that easy. Just put your pin, insert your pin in the hole, raise it up, hook your hair on it, you drag out, make a loop, then drag the hair through it. As simple as that. I'm just going to leave you to watch and see what I'm doing. Just pay attention. It's very easy. And if you don't get it clear through this, because I noticed that the video was a bit blurry, I'm gonna do a more detailed video at the middle of this video. Just continue watching. I have a more detailed video, a more detailed tutorial. That one, it's very clear and way easier to learn. You understand? It's still the same single knotting, but that one is clearer. Notice the mannequin positioning. You can either turn, for this single knotting, you can either turn your mannequin to the front or to the back. You get the same result. But for double knotting and split knots, it's gonna be different. I'm going to teach you mannequin positioning very well in our professional class. But for this single knotting, just do what it's convenient for you. Whichever way you turn your mannequin, it's gonna stay because it's single knotting. Alright, see how far we've gone. I'm just going to continue doing the same thing. You notice that 0.5 space we cut out at the back, like I showed you at the back, that we're going to ventilate down before we do the pattern. That's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to continue doing the single knotting just to cover up that 0.5 space. So this is how far we've gone. Still the 0.5 inch I marked out. We've marked it, I've ventilated it, and then this is my pattern. So we're going to be ventilating like this, slant like this, as I've been doing thus far. And our pattern will lift to space, then do the same thing on the right hand side. There's the left hand side we are doing right now. And I want to take this close to show you what I did here. So you're ventilating, you leave a line. I left one hole or one line, then I ventilated on the next line. I'll leave one line, one space, next line, one space, next, so that this thing will not be too full or too dense. Since I'm picking more than one strand, I'm picking 2 to 3 strands for each hole. So I'll leave one straight line, go to the next line, leave one hole. I hope you understand what I'm doing. This is a more detailed video on how to do the single knotting. Watch closely to see what I'm doing. I'll just leave you to watch and practice. It's very, very easy. Just watch closely. Get your pin, insert it inside the hole, secure your hair on it, pass it through the hole, create a knot or a loop, then you pass your hair through it, and that's it. Make sure you drag it. That's what I'm doing with my 2 hands. After I've knotted it, I drag it to make sure the knots are tight. Yes, make sure it's tight, it's secure, so it won't pull off easily. Just watch closely.
Where does all this confidence come from?
God, baby. That's the only way. Seriously. None of us really know what we're doing. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just do my best in the moment that I'm doing it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like building a house, brick by brick, and then, you know, you'll get this beautiful home. That's kind of how I do my life. I just try the best I can,
So
make choices from the right intention, ask myself questions, why are you doing this?
And when I get to the end of the line, I'm going to leave one line, one full line, then start from the second line, as I'm doing here. Then you leave one hole, go to the next hole, continue. Leave one line, go to the next line, continue. Just like that. It will make your closure come out neat and fine, attractive and neat. Yes. And it will help guide you on the density of the wig or of the closure, sorry.
Choices from the right intention. Ask myself questions. Why are you doing this? Is it because you're doing this because you want attention, or are you doing this because it really means something to you?
So
That always helps me figure out which way I should go.
Doing the single knotting, leaving one line, ventilating on the next, till I get to the front, to the mark point. Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. We've gotten to the end of the mark part. You can see the little hairs in front. Those are my scanty finishing. I'm going to show you how I did that. For the front, that part we marked out at the front that I told you I'm going to use for my scanty finishing. What I'm just doing is doing the same thing, the same single knotting, but this time around I'm going to be picking 1 to 2 strands of hair instead of the 3-4 strands that I've been picking at the back, just to have a more natural hairline. So I'm picking 1 to 2 strands, mostly one strand of hair and single knots. Just do it for the remaining parts of the closure till you get to the end. And so we are done with one part of the closure. We're going to continue doing the same thing, single knotting, leaving one line, continue with the next line on the other parts of the closure, doing the same slant pattern. And you notice at the middle pattern I left 2 bold line. I love doing that because I love having a neat pattern. If it's one line, for me personally, I don't like leaving one line because one line looks too thin to me and the pattern won't be that bold or visible. I don't really like it. Yeah, I prefer leaving 2 line. It's much more neater for me and it looks finer to me. You can do what you like though, but that's me. I love it and my closures come out neat like that. Yeah, I've gotten to the front now and I'm just repeating same thing I did at the other end. That's all.